Welcome back to Fast 9. And I'm going to angle this just a little bit better. Oh, there. Oh, that's better. Yeah. Welcome back to the Fast 9 review. And after 9 of these movies, you think they can't get any better. Like, they just can't top themselves. Yet again and again and again, we are proven right. My quick take on the Fast and Furious movies. I like the first one it's Point Break, but I like the first one just fine. I've actually not seen the second or third one, but I've actually heard they're not the best. Fourth one's tolerable. Didn't see the fifth one. I saw 7 and I think I saw I saw Fast. Yeah, I saw Fast 8. I saw Fast 7. I think I saw Fast 6. I think. And I'm like, those were later ones because they embraced the silliness. Those were a lot more entertaining for me. So, where does this fall on the spectrum? Well, there's embracing the silliness, and then there's jumping the shark in space. This is... I've been hearing a lot of people that I go to for, opinions in a lot of movies said this is the worst one. Like, you're gonna face pump like every 45 seconds. I don't think it's that bad. There are a couple of things to take away from it that I can say I liked. But if you're talking about pure concept and like the full Monty, if you will, this one is definitely on the weaker side of the fence. Arguably the weakest one. Because what's the story? It's about a lovely lady who was bringing out 3 serious special girls. No, obviously, the story is what you actually see in the trailer. It's Dom and Letty are living a peaceful life, and then they get brought back in because Dom's brother, Jacob, played by John Cena, is working for this working for this individual. Not Cypher, by the way, not Charlize Theron, even though we do have her in the movie. You see that in trailer too. You think he's working for her, but nope, that's actually a very big misdirect. She's not in the movie more than 5 minutes at best. 5 minutes at best. But so yeah, that's a big thing, is that the whole idea that she's the villain and she and Jesse are the villain, they're working together. It's like, no, sorry. That's a big flat misdirect. No, the actual villain's some wormy, weirdly enough, David Bowie looking guy. There you go. There's your bad guy there. Like when we first see him, he looks like David Bowie. I'm like, is that Bowie? But yeah, and it's them obviously dealing with the past and all that. Plus this new super weapon that gets brought up. Like, well, okay, was it some? I can't. What was the name of the super search thing they had in the 7th one? I think it was. And that came back up in the 8th one, and now I got this new one called Ares, which is just another tech. So here's the thing. What I really liked about the first Fast and the Furious movie, really, it was more of a character movie. I mean, yeah, you had these good race sequences. But and the 4th one was mostly about the cars and the racing. But somewhere down the line, they just said, you know what they want to see? Not racing. They just want to see all this over-the-top action and blah, blah, blah. And I get it to some degree, because look how much some of those movies have made. Some of them have made over $1 billion. I think like one of the, was it 7 or 6 that made like 1.5 billion. One of them made like almost beat Avengers in terms of its box office. So, I mean, yeah, I get it. I do get it. But I do long for the days of a decent, race. Then we see a little bit of that in flashback sequences, which I was not expecting. Because, we open up actually on a flashback sequence. We basically see what happened to Dom's... We see the Dom's dad and his relationship with Jacob early on, and Michael Rooker's in the film as some friend of the family. I'm like, hey, it's Michael Rooker. Always fun to see him, and he's fine. That's the thing too. I can't say anyone's really bad acting wise. Even John Cena, although there's some moments where it's just but even he's perfectly passable. He's not the strongest actor at this time. He's got his moments. Don't get me wrong, and he's getting better, and he's actually got a good foot in him when it comes to things like comedy. But yeah, everyone's, I guess, serviceable and fine. No one's like giving their heart out here. No one's got their heart in their sleeve. But yeah, I actually like the stuff with younger Dom and younger Jacob and their father. Because I actually thought the person don't know the actor's name. The person they got to play young Vin Diesel was actually a pretty good choice. And it actually looked at character. It didn't look at these big explosions and this ridiculous going to space. Yeah, that's anything I'm mentioning right now. By the way, is in the trailer, so don't worry, I'm not spoiling anything. That's really stupid. Making pretty much Dominic Toretto pretty much God and invincible. When did all of a sudden Dominic Toretto and Letty and his sister and all these characters, Ludacris and Tyrese, when did all these characters become martial arts experts and combat experts and weapons experts? When the hell did this happen? Tyrese mows down a bunch of guys. And don't get me wrong, that's actually kind of a fun scene. But it's like, how? Why? I don't know, and they are meta enough to actually address this too. Like and that's kind of funny that they're meta enough to bring up the fact that this isn't making a lot of sense anymore. That said, the action sequences are still fun. Some of them are extremely implausible, but they are still fun. Like the hand-to-hand stuff's still good. Well choreographed. Like the car stuff, while a lot of it's CGI, is fun, and when it stays within the it's weird to say realm of plausibility, and I use that in quotation marks, it still remains fun. Like there's a scene in the minefield, they're out racing the minefield. There is a level of plausibility where if you hit enough speed, you're gonna blow past the minefield before it does or blow past the mine before it actually blows up, and you can possibly avoid it. There's plausibility in that. And again, you see in the trailer, not spoiling anything, there's a giant super magnet that they address in the film, and they use it quite a bit. I'm like, I don't know if this is scientifically plausible to make a super magnet this powerful, but it's fun stuff they're doing with it. So I'm like, I'm having fun with this, but it's all just, again, going into space. Okay, it's like we assume they're going to go there, but the way they do it is really dumb. And they're just... What Tyrese gives... Roman, that's his name. What Roman says is very apt for what the problem here is with these movies at this point. Is that, maybe we're invincible, man, or maybe we're not normal. I don't even have a scar on me, not a scratch. And, he addresses the fact that this doesn't make any sense. We should at least have some sort of injuries or something like that. We've been lucky or whatever. I'm like, and that's the problem ultimately, is that the stakes ultimately aren't there anymore. We know they're going to win the day. We know that family is going to win out. We know that it's ultimately, we know they're ultimately going to, make a peace with their enemy, seeing as the enemy is also family. So, like, what's the overall, what's to get me invested anymore? Like, I love Vin Diesel, I do, and I love the Riddick movies. I own all the Riddick movies. I think those movies are really fun and really cool. And I really like Vin Diesel. I like Michelle Rodriguez. I like Tyrese Gibson, despite his meltdown he had a while back, and he apologized for that. I like Ludacris. I like everyone involved here. Helen Mirren and Vin Diesel have a really good sequence together. I like that sequence. I like John Cena. I like everyone involved here. It's nothing to do with them. It's the fact that I'm going to be frank. I don't care about these characters anymore. Like, I went to see them because I've seen a good proportion of the other ones. I'm sure it's, I review movies, so I was obviously going to see the popular movie that came out. But if I'm going to be frank, I don't really have much, there's not much of a point to this franchise anymore. Like, by the way, now where do you go past this? Like, if you're trying to up your game, every single one. I think they said they're going to stop at the next one, allegedly. But the question is, where do you go from here? Like, are you actually going to go drive on the moon, dune buggy style? Like, where do you go? Are you going to try to time travel, dimension up, drive in a storm? I I don't know, drive underwater, which I don't think you guys have done yet. So there's a plot. Find Atlantis. They think they joked about a Jurassic Park crossover. Fuck it. Why not? I mean, screw it. Just say it takes place in the same world as Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Dominion. There you go. You can kind of see there where I'm like, kind of just like done. Like, again, I can't say I wasn't entertained in the movie. I did get entertainment. But I don't know. I wasn't like face palming, but I was just sitting there going like, really? Really? In the whole Vin Diesel can't lose a fight in the movie. Anyone who has that in their contract, it has an image. Again, I love Vin Diesel. He's actually a very savvy business guy. But come on, Vin. Losing a fight makes you more endearable. Or dearable. More endearing. Because we know then you're not invincible. You can be put down. So, there's nothing wrong with losing a fight. Don't get me wrong. When you play a character like Riddick, I don't want to see Riddick lose a fight because that's kind of like Riddick's like that ultimate badass. But Dominic Toretto, this kid from the streets, suddenly becomes like one of the most dangerous individuals in the world. Come on. So yeah, and then the whole Han coming back thing, again, I'm not addressing anything that isn't in the trailer. The whole Han coming back thing is like, except for the flashback things, but I felt that was something to address that I actually liked. The whole Han coming back thing, was there really a point to it? I mean, yeah, it's fine to see that actor back, but when you break it down, was it really necessary for the story? I mean, you could have figured out other ways to do it. I don't know. It's, again, when I say it's the worst one, seeing as I haven't seen them all, I can't objectively, well, there's no way to be objective when it comes to film or art. But in terms of like, I can't be subjectively objective. That means I can't definitively say it's the worst one when I haven't seen them all. Of the ones that I have seen is the worst one. Yeah, of the ones I've seen, it's the worst one. I mean, there's 4 other ones I think I haven't seen, so maybe I've heard Tokyo Drift's pretty bad, admittedly. I've also heard the second one's not that good. I've heard the other ones in between 5 and 6 are all pretty good though. So, oh god, sorry. So I don't know. Is there anything else I can really say? I mean, like I said, the action sequences, particularly when we actually had just a straight car chase, those are fun. The actions, I like I said, I like the action sequence stuff with the magnets. That's a lot of fun. And I'm going to basically wrap this up now, just saying that, could you get some dumb fun? Sure. But ultimately, if you don't want to see it, you're not missing anything. Just like watching. I'll see you next time. Hit that button when I'm notified my girlfriend's calling. Have a good one.